what up, y'all? It is official. We have a fight for the super lightweight WBO title February 8th in Las Vegas. We got Teofimo, the Takeover Lopez, back in action against hard-hitting offensive sensation Jamaine Ortiz. Now, I'm extremely excited for this fight. Jamaine Ortiz is coming off of a win. I believe he fought in September. Jamaine Ortiz is notoriously known for fighting Lomachenko and giving Lomachenko hell. Almost won that fight. A lot of people had Jamaine Ortiz winning that fight. I had Jamaine Ortiz closely trailing that fight. I had him down like one round. It was a competitive fight. So when people tell me things like Jamaine Ortiz, has no chance against Teofimo Lopez, I just want people to understand that this is going to be a very, very exciting fight from an offensive standpoint. Teofimo Lopez, when he's on his game, is one of the best offensive fighters I've seen, man. One of the most versatile boxers in the game today, which is why he's in my pound-for-pound list. And Jamaine Ortiz, if he comes out and fights like how he did against Vergil Lomachenko, we're talking about a very offensively sound boxing fighter. This guy's got all the utensils to be a great offensive boxer. I need to see Jamaine Ortiz tighten up his defense a little bit. That's always seemed to be his downfall. He doesn't seem to guard himself too much. And even though he's got great offense, in the later rounds, he ends up getting a bloody nose, a bloody lip, and it seems to slow him down. And I feel like against Teofimo Lopez, a guy who has power, a guy who can box, a guy who can mix it up, one of the best boxers in the world right now, Jamaine Ortiz is going to have to tighten up that defense, or I see the Takeover stopping him late, maybe round 9, round 10, or just beating the piss out of him for 12 rounds. But it's going to be a very entertaining fight. I'm very happy that the Takeover is back in action. Y'all should all be happy that Teofimo Lopez is back in action, man. I really think Teofimo just wants to show us greatness. And, beating Josh Taylor, beating Lomachenko, beating Sander Martin, even though it was an ugly win, and now adding Jamaine Ortiz to the list at 25 years old, you can make an argument, man, that Teofimo Lopez has the best resume out of all these guys under 25 years old. I mean, between him, Shakur, Devin, and Tank, Teofimo Lopez arguably has the best resume up there. I'd say it's between Teo and Devin. But, man, Teo is really achieving greatness. I expect him to win this fight. And I expect him to knock Jamaine Ortiz off the ladder. And then I expect him to start knocking off all the names at 140, slowly but surely. I'm very excited for this fight. There's a lot of Teofimo haters out there that don't think he's great. And I just want Teofimo Lopez to continue to prove people wrong and show people why I have him on my top 10 pound-for-pound list. Like I said, Jamaine Ortiz, if he comes out with a defensive game plan to a degree, I can see him making this a competitive fight, because to me, Jamaine Ortiz has all the utensils in his toolbox. So this is going to make for an instant classic. Tune in. Make sure you tune in. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on ESPN Top Rank February 8th. It's going to be a hell of a fight, and I'm really looking forward to it. Switching topics, we're going to talk about the fight tonight. We got Vergil Ortiz versus Frederick Lawson. Now, the reason I didn't really bring this fight up is because I think it's going to be a one-sided fight. You got Frederick Lawson, who's been knocked out 3 times, He's a black fighter, so that makes people excited by face. But once you actually see Frederick Lawson fight, he's got virtually no chance to beat Vergil Ortiz today. We all know that. Vergil Ortiz, this is a get-right spot, get-right fight for him. A tune-up fight, if you so to speak. And I expect Vergil Ortiz to stop Frederick Lawson probably around like round 7, round 8 is what I'm going to assume. Maybe even round 6. This fight might go early, man. And that's why I haven't talked about it. I think Vergil Ortiz is going to beat Frederick Lawson very easily. But I wanted to talk about this card for one particular reason. You got a guy on the co-main event by the name of Arnold Barboza Jr. Arnold Barboza was in an interview, and he says he's really hoping that after this fight, he can get Teofimo Lopez next. Well, newsflash for anybody out there who's an Arnold Barboza fan. If you think Arnold Barboza can beat Teofimo Lopez, you're going to find yourself being very disappointed for a long, long time watching boxing. Because Arnold Barboza wants no smoke with Teofimo Lopez. And by the way, for all those people that are saying that Teofimo Lopez is scared of Subriel Matias, Subriel Matias is the one that made the broken hand excuse and isn't willing to fight Teofimo Lopez right now. I just want you guys all to remember that. Teofimo Lopez fears nobody.